Hello, welcome to the great outdoors. Today we're here on the BSOC property and it's a beautiful spring type day. We've had a little bit of cold spell here in the last couple of days. It's never reached 50. Damp and really just dreary, miserable days. So we decided today that now that the sun's out, to come out and check and see what kind of spring is starting to unfold here at the BSOC's property. We're going to look for flowers, animal tracks, anything that will be of interest. And also just to get into the great outdoors. It's important for all of us to get out, especially now that spring is starting to bloom. For you people in the north, even you people in the northern part of Alabama, you guys have had a winter this year. And now's the time to get out and watch the flowers start to grow and the blossoms and the trees start to get their leaves, and just explore all the things that God has given us, the rebirth of the earth actually in your community. So come on, you can come ahead and you can join us. We're going to take the four-wheeler and we're going to trax around the property and see what we can find.
No more did I park the four-wheeler and I saw these little tiny bluish purple flowers. They couldn't have been any bigger than my fingernail, and they were all over the grass, and they're just gorgeous. They look like some sort of violet, but they're real tiny, and they were just all over, and the grass was starting to get green, and I knew that it was going to be nice.
Up. Try and get Timmy to fix his tractor, or if I can fix the tractor. I want to cut all this brush out of here. And Marianne can bring the horses, although she really likes the horses to be where she can keep an eye on them. But cut all this briars and stuff out of here. Make this better grazing for the horses. Put in a couple of food plots. And this is beautiful for deer, I would say. They got thicket down there that they can lay in and sleep in, and come out here and feed. That's important. Some new growth there. There's the little stream that the horses used to come to. Actually, I think there's a flowing well that pops up right here. Somewhere right around in here, just a little tiny well. So they come down here and eat and drink. It's gorgeous for them down here. Like I said, Marianne likes to have her horses close by, and I don't blame her a bit. A little swampy here. Especially if you're just come down here and just set up some lawn chairs. In fact, this would not be a bad place to camp. I told the boys that I would take them camping. This would not be a bad place to do it.
Where's the handle fit on this? Look, these little flowers are growing. Okay, isn't this pretty? This is beautiful. Now we'll be coming up on a property line, I believe. Yeah, here it is right here. I don't know if that's armadillo or hog. Almost looks like hog eating. I don't see any tracks, too many leaves. And the other sign to look for is mud. There's mud there. What I mean like that is, we'll take you to a place where the pigs waller. Pigs do not have sweat glands or any of that stuff. So in order to get cool, they have to waller in the mud and stuff, and that mud actually cools their skin and their body temperature down. I love God's great outdoors. I love it. And the water coming out of that small flowing well is now headed back towards the creek. The creek's right down there. Of course, it's coming down the hill and headed to the creek. Bud's starting to pop up there. Okay. You can see that the animals use this fence line. They go back and forth. And the deer couldn't sleep in there real easy. Get a good night's sleep. These are the things I hate right here. These. Look at those thorns. They hurt. Especially get raked across the face. And on my stupidity, I do. Okay, let's go back to the four-wheeler. There she is. I got video of it, but I didn't know what it was when we took it last time. See, the deer can just lay down and sleep in there and use that for protection. You can come out here and feed. Be very careful of holes this time of year, because that's where snakes go to get out of the weather and hibernate. And you know, rattlesnakes and pit vipers are ambush predators, and that means that they'll sit there inside their hole and just wait for something to step close enough, and then they strike. You hit your foot, it hurts, I heard. Don't really know, don't want to find out. I'll take somebody's word for it. They say snake bites are very, very painful. And I could see why. I mean, you're being punctured with 2 syringes that are very sharp, and these syringes are introducing venom, poison, to your system, which automatically starts breaking down the tissues and muscles and whatever, and depending on the type of viper, some of the toxins attack blood, some attack tissue. ones that attack blood, you end up bleeding out, and that's not a very pleasant way to die. Those that attack tissue, well, that's not a very pleasant way to die either, because your body begins to rot. You step in a bunch of taller grass, and there's a hole there. And what do you do? I think we'll leave this gate alone and just go out the other way. What do? You just pray that there isn't something sitting in that hole waiting. I love these little tiny purple flowers. They're so small. Yeah, it's so pretty. Look at, there's a whole little patch of them. And look at the little yellow ones that look like dandelions. Spring is just gorgeous. I love spring. I know my 62 years, it's taken me that long to finally put things into perspective. I'm beginning to see a whole different world, a whole different outlook on life. Some good, some bad. But you know, with God in your life, just give it to God. For years I thought, you know, God's busy and you know, He put me on earth to take care of myself. And just like a father or a mother, you know, just bother them when I needed help with something. And the rest of the time just struggle along and learn yourself. But with God it's different. God wants you to dedicate your life to Him. And as you do, you learn more. And as you learn more, you deal with more. And you know when to give it to God. I mean, if I'm riding down this little road here and that tree falls in front of me, well, I'm not going to pray for God to move the tree. You know? If it's a bigger tree, I may ask God for His help in giving me the knowledge and the ability to move it, be it with the four-wheeler or whatever. And I ask God for a lot of stuff. The grass is sure getting green. If you remember the last time I was here, it was just brown straw. Looking good. All those pretty purple flowers.